Hello students, in our last video we already discussed about the physical properties of metals. So today we will discuss about chemical properties of metals. Okay, first we will discuss about the chemical properties of metal, then we will discuss about the chemical properties of non-metals. Okay, so metals have the nature to react with some other elements. Okay, as all the metals are made up of elements, and the elements have the nature to react with some elements. Okay, and after reaction they form a new substance. So the chemical reaction is a kind of reaction in which two elements come together and reacts and form a new substance with some new properties. Okay, so that reaction is called as chemical reaction. In chemical reaction, in earlier classes you have already studied that the elements lose its all the properties which it has. Like if hydrogen reacts with oxygen, then hydrogen and oxygen will lose their own properties and they will form a completely new property which a water has. Okay, so water is a new substance which is formed by the reaction of oxygen and hydrogen, and water has completely different properties and different molecule than the hydrogen and oxygen. So this is the chemical reaction. Okay, here two elements comes and they do the reaction and form a new element. Okay, so today we will see about the chemical properties of metals. So how do metals react with the chemicals and what are the products we get. Okay, so first of all we will see about the metals reaction with oxygen. Okay, so whenever a metal reacts with oxygen, it forms oxide. Okay, all kind of metal they form oxide after reaction with the oxygen. Here you can see the example of copper, magnesium, and iron. When copper reacts with oxygen, it forms copper oxide. When magnesium reacts with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. And when iron reacts with oxygen, it forms iron oxide. In your book, sodium and oxygen reaction is given as example. Okay, so in the last line you can see that from the above reaction of the reactants given above, the order of reactivity of metal with oxygen is sodium, then magnesium, then zinc, then iron, then copper, which means कि sodium reacts very easily to oxygen. The reactivity of sodium with oxygen is very high, is higher than magnesium, zinc, iron, and copper. Okay, so the way it is given in your book, the same way it has the reactive property with oxygen. Okay, now we will see about the chemical reaction of metal with water. So on reaction with water, here you can see that when metal reacts with water, it forms metal hydroxide and hydrogen. Okay, for example, when sodium reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide and then hydrogen gas. Okay, in your book some more examples are given, like magnesium. When magnesium reacts with water, it forms magnesium hydroxide and then releases hydrogen. Then likewise copper and iron on reaction with water, they make their oxides, their hydroxides, and then finally releases water. Here also the reactivity in decreasing order is given in your book. So sodium is most reactive to the water, then magnesium, then iron, and then copper. Okay. Then the next is metal on reaction with acids. So how do metal react with acid and what does it forms? So when metal reacts with acid, it forms metal salt and hydrogen. Okay. So hydrogen gas will also be released in this reaction. Examples are given like magnesium. When reaction with hydrochloric acid, it forms magnesium chloride, and which is a metal salt, and then hydrogen gas. Similarly, when aluminium reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms aluminium chloride and then hydrogen gas. So aluminium chloride is also a metal salt. The same way in your book some examples are given like sodium, zinc, iron, copper. So when sodium reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms sodium chloride and then hydrogen gas gets released. Okay. The same way other metals also react with the acids and form the metal salt. In your book and here also coincidentally I have given the example of metal with reaction with hydrochloric acid only. So it's not just the hydrochloric acid, we have many other acids like H2SO4. So for example, if sodium reacts with H2SO4, then it will form Na2SO4, sodium sulfide, which is a metal salt, and then hydrogen. Okay. So 2 sodium ion will react with sulfuric acid, and then finally it will make sodium sulfide, and then hydrogen gas will get released. Okay. So this kind of reaction takes place when metal reacts with acid. So what will it form? It will form metal salt and then hydrogen. So you need to remember these points. Then on reaction with water, metal forms metal hydroxide and hydrogen. On reaction with oxygen, metal forms its oxides. Okay. So these things you need to remember, that on reaction with oxygen it will form its oxide. On reaction with water it will form its hydroxide and hydrogen, and on reaction with acid it will form metal salt and then hydrogen. Then some more examples are given over here, like when magnesium reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms hydrogen gas and then magnesium sulfate, which is a metal salt. Here zinc on reaction with hydrochloric acid, it forms hydrogen and zinc chloride. Okay. Now the next thing is metal on reaction with base. So when a metal will react with base, it will form a salt and then hydrogen gas will get released. Some examples are given, like when aluminium reacts with sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium aluminate and hydrogen gas. Okay. When zinc reacts with sodium hydroxide, in that case also sodium zincate and hydrogen gas will get released. Sodium zincate will be formed. So sodium zincate will be a salt and sodium hydroxide is a base. Okay. So now let's come to the next point. Displacement reaction. What is a displacement reaction? Okay. So a reaction in which more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from its salt solution is called as metal displacement reaction. A reaction in which more reactive will eliminate the less reactive metal from the salt and will form the metal salt. And this kind of reaction where more reactive element displaces the less reactive element is called as displacement reaction. Okay, so some of the um, examples are given. For example, um, reaction between magnesium and copper sulfate, and reaction on when magnesium reacts with copper sulfate, then it forms magnesium sulfate and copper. Here copper is less reactive, so magnesium sulfate, magnesium displaces copper from its sulfur solution. Here also we have given an example like when zinc reacts with copper sulfate, then zinc sulfate forms, and then copper gets released. So here, as zinc is more reactive than the copper, that's why this kind of reaction takes place. Okay, but when copper reacts with zinc sulfate, no reaction takes place. Why? Because zinc is already more reactive. So when it is more reactive, it will not lose the sulfate from it, and as it will not lose the sulfate, what will happen? Reaction will not take place. So that's why when we react copper with zinc sulfate, no reaction will take place. Okay. The same way, when iron reacts with copper, then iron sulfate is formed and copper will be released. Here you can see in this picture, copper sulfate solution is given. This blue solution is of copper sulfate, and iron Fe, that nail is made up of iron. So when we put a nail in the copper sulfate solution, what happens? FeSO4, iron sulfate is being formed and copper gets released, and because of that reaction you can see that the solution has changed its color. Okay, so this kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. Okay, now we have the next thing, which is reactivity series of metal. Okay, so in earlier examples also you saw that we were talking about more reactive and less reactive substances. Like sodium was more reactive than magnesium. Like, so that reactivity, okay, when we show that reactivity of metals in a series, then that series is known as reactivity series of metal. Okay, so the reactivity series of metal is arrangement of metal in a vertical column. Here you can see that vertical column in order of decreasing reactivity. So here potassium is highly reactive and platinum is the least reactive metal. Okay, potassium, then sodium, then lithium, barium, strontium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. So this is the series of reactivity. The element which is at the top of the list is most reactive, and the element which is at the bottom of the list is least reactive. Okay, so this is how the reactivity takes place. So this series is also called as activity series of metal. Okay, and it is used. So in activity series, most of the reactive metal is placed at the top, whereas least reactive metal is placed at bottom, which we have already seen. The more reactive metal has greater tendency to form compounds. For example, here calcium will form, calcium has better tendency to form compound than hydrogen or tin or antimony. Okay, so which means the element which is on top is more reactive and has more tendency to form its compounds, whereas the elements which are at bottom, they have less reactivity, they have less tendency to form their compounds. That's why we can easily find gold, silver and platinum in nature in their original, in their what do we say, pure form. Okay, we can easily find the pure gold in nature because it is very least reactive. It doesn't react with any other element, so we can find its pure form in the nature. Okay, so less reactive metals such as silver, gold and platinum are found in free state in the earth's crust. So same thing is written over here. Okay, from the earth crust, from where we get all the metals, these metals can be found in the pure state, whereas other metals, whenever we extract the metal from the earth's crust, we get those metals in the compound form. Okay, and we need to go through some of the purification processes to get the pure metal. Okay, which we don't need to do with these metals like silver, gold and platinum. Okay, which we find it nature in free state. Okay, so this was the activity series of metals. I have few questions for you. I want to see that how much have you understood this video. So that's why I'm going to give these questions. Okay, so two questions are given. First one is explain chemical properties of metal with example. You need to write all the chemical properties of metal with their examples, one or two example, whatever you want to give, you can give. Okay, and then the second question is what do you understand by displacement reaction? Explain with example. What have you understood by this displacement reaction? Okay, just write that and then give a proper example of displacement reaction. Okay, these two are your assignment to do. Okay, watch the video properly, go through your book, read it properly, and then try to understand the things given in the video, given in the book, and then answer these two questions. Okay, so then we will go to the chemical properties of non-metals. For today, that is it from my side. Okay.